Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In the last class, we have solved one practical problem under Bill of Exchange, right? So in today's class, we will learn a very important concept in Bill of Exchange chapter, that is dishonor of a bill. So let's see the meaning of dishonor. What is dishonor? It means when the drawee fails to pay the bill amount on the due date. The bill is said to be dishonored. Honored means the bill amount paid on the due date. Dishonored means drawee fails to pay the bill amount on the due date. So the bill that is said to be dishonored. Simple, right? So in simple words, dishonor means the person who has to pay the bill does not pay. The bill becomes dishonored. Clear? So what is the meaning of dishonor? When the drawee fails to pay the bill amount on the due date, the bill is said to be dishonored. Clear? So I hope this is clear to you all. So let's see one example and let's see the journal entries. How to pass the journal entries under dishonor of a bill. See here, Rohan is the drawer. In our case means he is the seller or creditor, right? And drawee. Drawee means Mohan, means the buyer of goods or debtor. Clear? So Rohan sells goods to Mohan, means Rohan becomes drawer and Mohan becomes drawee. So for amount rupees 10,000. Clear? Amount rupees amounted to rupees 10,000 and that payment term is assumed that 3 months. Clear? But after 3 months on the due day, Mohan he is failed to pay the amount. Bill dishonored on due date in all situation. Clear? So on due date, Mohan fails to pay the bill amount. Let's say October 4. This is our due date. Clear? October 4 is our due date. So on October 4th, Mohan he fails to pay the amount of rupees 10,000. So we will say the bill is dishonored. And next one is noting charges, rupees 100. So later we will see the meaning of noting charges. Clear? So this is the example. Rohan sold goods to Mohan on credit of rupees 10,000 for a period of 3 months, and on due date, that is on October 4th, Mohan fails to pay the bill amount. So this is what bill dishonored. So in these cases, what entries we need to pass? In the last class, we have seen that the journal entries that are passed under 4 situations. Right? On discounting, endorsement and bill sent to bank for collection and the bill kept by the drawer till maturity. So the same in all these situations, here also we need to pass the journal entries under dishonor. So let's start. First, what is the entry? Rohan sold goods to Mohan. So in the books of drawer, the entry is Mohan's account debtor to sales account, because Mohan is the receiver of the goods, to sales account. Credit on incomes and gains, right? So Mohan's account debtor to sales account. This is the first common entry. And in the books of drawee, Mohan will purchase the goods. So purchase account debtor to Rohan account. Who is the giver? Debit the receiver and credit the giver. So Rohan is the giver of goods. That is rupees 10,000. Clear? Till here it is clear, right? Now next common entry, that is when Mohan accepts the bill. So here Rohan draws the bill and that is accepted by whom? Accepted by Mohan, means drawee for the payment of rupees 10,000. Right? And Mohan accepts the bill and give it back to Rohan. Clear? Here don't get confused. Rohan is the drawer, means seller of goods. Mohan he is the drawee, means buyer of goods. So for acceptance, in the books of drawer, the journal entry is bills receivable account debtor. Bills receivable means that is the asset to Mohan's account. Who has given the bill? Mohan. He accepts and give it back to Rohan. So credit Mohan's account, that is rupees 10,000. Now in the books of drawee, Rohan's account debtor to bills payable account, that is rupees 10,000. Rohan's account debtor means debit the receiver Rohan. He receives the bill. Rohan account debtor to bills payable. These are the common entries under dishonor of a bill. In the last class also we have seen these entries, right? So next we will start with the 4 situation. So situation first is bill kept by drawer till maturity at the time of dishonor. So bill kept by drawer till maturity. Bill kept by drawer till maturity. So in this case means at the time of dishonor, bill kept by drawer till maturity, but the drawee Mohan fails to pay the bill amount. So in that case, what are the journal entries we need to pass? See, at the time of dishonor, in the books of drawer. First in the books of drawer, Mohan's account debtor to bills receivable account and to bank or cash account. This is the noting charges. See, in the problem we have seen that noting charges, that is rupees 100. So what is the meaning of this entry? Why Mohan's account is debited? Mohan is the drawee, means buyer, right? See, it means when the drawee means Mohan does not pay the bill on the due date, the drawer means in our case Rohan cannot treat the bill as an asset anymore. Bills receivable, it is an asset, but drawee fails to pay the bill amount, so the drawer cannot treat the bill as an asset. Why? Because the bill is not going to be paid, right? So the drawer, he cannot treat the bill as an asset. So the drawer cancels the bills receivable. So listen very carefully. This dishonor of a bill is very easy. So but listen very carefully. So the drawer cancels the bills receivable because the bill is not going to be paid. It means what? The drawer cancels the bills receivable means we need to credit bills receivable account, right? To bills receivable account. So the drawer again treats the drawee as a normal debtor. Normal debtor. It means debit the drawee's personal account, that is Mohan's account we need to debit. So in simple words, the drawer removes the bill from his books and makes the drawee a debtor again. Makes the drawee debtor again. Clear? Now Mohan, he has to pay the amount, but he fails to pay the amount to Rohan. So Mohan's account here we need to debit. Means the drawer again treats the drawee as a normal debtor. Clear? So I hope this journal entry is clear to you all. Mohan's account debtor to bills receivable account. Here why we have credited the bills receivable account? Drawer cancels the bills receivable because the bill is not going to be paid. So it means credit bills receivable account. And next one to bank or cash account, that is noting charges, that is rupees 100. Now let's see what is noting charges. See here, when a bill is dishonored, a notary public, clear, notary public that records the dishonor and charges a small fee. In our case that is rupees 100. This fees that is called as noting charges. Clear? See, usually here the drawee is responsible for paying the noting charges because he is only responsible, right? Because he has not given the bill amount, so he is responsible for paying the noting charges. But sometimes what happens means the drawer pays the noting charges first. So the drawer paid the fees on behalf of the drawee, because the bill is dishonored. So later the drawer will recover that amount from the drawee. Clear? So in our example, Rohan sold goods to Mohan for rupees 10,000 and accepted a bill payable after 3 months. Clear? On the due date, Mohan fails to pay. So to officially record this dishonor, Rohan goes to the notary public. Rohan goes to the notary public who charges rupees 100. So Mohan did not pay the amount, right? So the Rohan only pays rupees 100 from his pocket. Later he will recover from Mohan, from drawee. Clear? So drawee must repay everything. Drawee must repay everything. So that's why we have debited Mohan's account, drawee's account. And drawer paid cash for noting charges. So credit what goes out? Credit cash goes out, that is noting charges, and the bill is cancelled, that is to bills receivable account. Drawee must repay everything. So in our all cases we need to debit Mohan's account, means buyer's account. He must repay everything. And drawer paid cash for noting charges. Credit what goes out, that is rupees 100. Later he will recover from drawee. And we need to cancel the bills receivable. Because why we need to cancel the bills receivable account? Because the bill is not going to be paid. So to cancel we need to credit the bills receivable account, that is rupees 10,000. Totally here Mohan's account that is debited, means 10,100 Mohan needs to repay. That is rupees 10,100 including noting charges. Clear? So I hope this is clear to you all. Now next, in the books of drawee. So in the books of drawee, what is the journal entry? Bills payable account debtor, noting charges account debtor to Rohan's account. See, when Mohan accepted the bill earlier, clear, he created a liability that is called as bills payable. In the last class we have seen this, right? When Mohan accepted the bill earlier, he created a liability called bills payable. But once he accepted the bill, he did not appear as Rohan's debtor anymore, because the bill had replaced that liability, right? So on the due date, Mohan was supposed to clear the liability by paying the bill. But what happens? He fails to pay the amount. So then the bill is no longer considered as paid. So the bills payable means the liability must be brought back into his books. Mohan again becomes liable to Rohan. Mohan again becomes liable to Rohan. This is called as restoring the liability. Clear? Now here bills payable, that is cancelled. Bills payable is cancelled. So what happens? Bills payable is cancelled because the bill is dishonored. That's it. Clear? And Rohan becomes a creditor again. Mohan still owes his money. Right? So we need to debit bills payable account. And noting charges. It is an expense. To whom? To Mohan, right? So debit all expenses and losses. So debit noting charges and to Rohan's account. That is total amount rupees 10,100. So bills payable account debtor to noting charges account debtor to Rohan account, that is rupees 10,100. Clear? So I hope this is clear to you all. Till here it is clear, right? This is the situation first, that is bill kept by drawer till maturity. So these are the journal entries at the time of dishonor. So in the books of drawer, Mohan's account, because he needs to repay everything to bills receivable, to bank or cash account. Here bills receivable, that is get cancelled, and noting charges paid by the drawer. And in the books of drawee, bills payable account debtor, noting charges account debtor to Rohan's account, that is rupees 10,100. to drawer's account. Clear? So I hope this is clear to you all. Now let's see the situation second. That is, the bill is discounted by drawer. When the bill is discounted by drawer, this is the second case. If the bill is honored, what is the journal entry? Bank account debtor, discount account debtor to bills receivable account in the books of drawer. But here the bill is get dishonored. When the bill is discounted by the drawer but the bill is dishonored. So what is the journal entry in the books of drawer? In the books of drawer. Here Mohan's account debtor to bank account. Mohan's account debtor to bank account. Before that, I will explain what is discounting. Clear? In the last class also I have explained. See, if the drawer had discounted the bill on dishonor, means discounting means when the drawer needs cash before the due date. Here in our case October 4th, that is our due date. Right? So, but he needs the amount on July 1st. Clear? On July 1st, Rohan sold goods to Mohan on credit. Our due date is October 4th, but Rohan needs the amount on July 1st only. So he can take the bill to the bank and bank gives him money immediately, but deduct some amount as discount. This is called as discounting the bill. But on the due date, when drawee has not paid the amount to the bank, clear? Means the bank will give the amount to the drawer immediately after deducting some charges, and later bank will recover the amount from the drawee. But on due date, drawee fails to pay the amount. It means drawee dishonors. So then bank will come back to drawer. Bank will come back to drawer because he is responsible. He is responsible. So what is the journal entry? Mohan's account debtor. He has to pay everything. So in all cases, debit Mohan's account to bank account. So the bill is dishonored. The drawee again becomes a debtor, and he has to pay money to the drawer. So therefore he is treated as the receiver of the benefit, that is liability added to his account. Clear? So drawee's account means Mohan's account. Means if someone owes us money, we debit their account. That is here Mohan's account we need to debit. Clear? So when the bill gets dishonored, the bank takes back the money from Rohan, means drawer, because he is responsible, right? So to bank account. So cash that is going out. Here drawer is responsible to pay the amount. So Mohan's account, he again becomes the debtor. So debit Mohan's account debtor to bank account. This is in the books of drawer. Now in the books of drawee, so what is the journal entry? Bills payable account debtor, noting charges account debtor to Rohan's account, means same as situation 1. So in the books of drawee, there is no changes in the journal entry. It becomes same. Bills payable account debtor, noting charges account debtor to Rohan's account. Means Rohan becomes the creditor again. Clear? Mohan owes him bill amount plus noting charges. So credit Rohan's account. Clear? Here Rohan means the drawer becomes the person to whom Mohan owes money. That means Rohan is the giver of benefit. So credit. So credit the giver. So we need to credit here Rohan's account. Clear? So this entry that is same in all situations. That is bills payable account debtor, noting charges account debtor to Rohan's account. Why here we credited Rohan's account? because Rohan becomes the person to whom Mohan owes money. Means Rohan is the giver of benefit. Rohan is the giver of benefit. So credit the giver. So we need to credit Rohan's account. So this is the case of discounting. In case of discounting, in the books of drawer, Mohan's account debtor to bank account. Now here drawer is responsible to the bank. He has to pay the amount. So we need to credit bank account, and Mohan again becomes the debtor. He has to repay everything. So debit Mohan's account. And in the books of drawer, same as situation 1. So situation first is bill kept by drawer till maturity, and second one is the bill is discounted by drawer. Now let's see the third situation. See here. Situation third is the bill is endorsed to a creditor. Clear? The bill is endorsed to a creditor. See, in the last class we seen that what is the meaning of endorsement? Endorsement means that drawer transfers the bill to some other person to settle a debt. It means that drawer transfers the bill to some other person to settle a debt. Clear? Means, for example, Rohan, he is the drawer in our case, right? He already owed money to Suresh. Here endorsee is Suresh in our case. So instead of paying cash to Suresh, what Rohan will do? Rohan gave Mohan's accepted bill to Suresh. So the person to whom the bill is given, that is called as the endorsee. Clear? See, Rohan already owed money to Suresh. Clear? So instead of paying cash to Suresh, Rohan gave Mohan's accepted bill to Suresh. This is what endorsement. Clear? But what happens on the due date? On the due date, who? Mohan, he fails to pay the bill amount. Now in that case, Suresh, he will not keep the bill because he will not keep the loss with him, and he will returns to Rohan again. He will returns the bill to Rohan because he does not want to keep the loss with him. Mohan, he fails to pay the amount on the due date, and Rohan endorsed the bill to Suresh. But due to dishonor, Suresh again returns bill to Rohan because he does not want to keep the loss with him. Clear? This is what endorsement on dishonor. Clear? So entry at the time of endorsement, Suresh's account debtor to bills receivable. Clear? But at the time of dishonor, what is the journal entry? So in the books of drawer, see, Suresh returns to Rohan. Suresh returns to Rohan. So Mohan's account debtor to Suresh account. Here see, including noting charges. We have to write down the amount including noting charges. Mohan's account, see again, because Mohan's has to repay everything. He becomes the debtor again. See, in all cases we need to debit Mohan's account in at the time of dishonor. So remember this thing. Clear? To Suresh account. So drawee means Mohan becomes personally liable. So we debit him. Clear? And because the bill is dishonored, Mohan again becomes personally liable to the drawer, means Rohan. So when the drawee fails to pay the bill, is no longer valid. So the drawer loses his asset, that is bills receivable. Clear? Drawee again becomes personally liable to the drawer. Clear? So Mohan's account debtor to Suresh's account means the holder of the bill. Holder of the bill we need to credit, that is to Suresh account because he returns to Rohan. Right? So this is the journal entry in the books of drawer in case of endorsement. And in the books of drawee, same entry. Bills payable account debtor, noting charges account debtor to Rohan's account. Clear? So in the case of endorsement, we need to credit the endorsee's account, the creditor's account, that is to Suresh's account, and debit drawee's account, that is Mohan's account. But in the case of discount, see, in the case of discounting, the bill is discounted with the bank, right? So we need to debit drawee's account only, that is Mohan's account in all situations. And the bill is discounted with bank, so credit to bank's account. Remember like this, clear? Because drawer is going to pay the amount to the bank. Clear? And in the books of drawee, the entry is same. Next, in the case of endorsement, the bill is endorsed to a creditor. Means in our case is Suresh. So Mohan's account, anyways we need to debit and credit the endorsee's account, that is creditor's account to Suresh's account. Clear? That's it. Now next last situation is bill sent to bank for collection. Bill sent to bank for collection before few days of maturity. For example, October 4 is our maturity date on September 25th. Okay, September 25th. So bill sent to bank for collection. So here entry at the time of sending, bill sent for collection account debtor to bills receivable account, that is rupees 10,000. Here we need to open bill sent for collection account. Clear? So this is not endorsement, this is not discounting. Clear? Rohan keeps the bill with him and then sends to the bank for collection. That is few days before maturity. So the bank will collect the amount from whom? In our case, who is the drawee is Mohan, from Mohan. Clear? On the due date and credited to the Rohan's account. Drawer is the Rohan and drawee is Mohan. Clear? So in the books of drawer at Dishonor, what is the journal entry? Mohan's account debit. You know, right? Because he is responsible to pay the amount. He has to repay everything. He again becomes the debtor. So Mohan's account debtor to bank account. To bank account. That is rupees 100. Noting charges. This is the noting charges. Clear? And to bill sent for collection account. That is rupees 10,000. That is rupees 10,000. So Mohan's account we need to debit and to bank account. That is noting charges. Credit what goes out and to bill sent for collection. So bill sent for collection, that is get cancelled. So credit, that is rupees 10,000 at the time of dishonor. Here we debited the bill sent for collection account, but on the due date Mohan fails to pay the amount. So to cancel, credit the bill sent for collection account. And in the books of drawee, same journal entry. Bills payable account debtor, noting charges account debtor to Rohan's account. Clear? So these are the 4 situations. First one is bill kept by the drawer till maturity and the bill is endorsed to a creditor and bill sent to bank for collection and the bill is get discounted by drawer. Clear? So in all cases we need to debit drawee's account because he has to repay everything and he again becomes the debtor. So we need to debit Mohan's account. See, in all situations, see here Mohan's account and here also Mohan's account, bill sent to bank for collection, and when the bill is endorsed, that is also Mohan's account. Clear? So our first case is bill kept by the drawer till maturity. So here debit Mohan's account. because he has to repay everything and he again becomes the debtor. And cancel bills receivable account, so credit it. And noting charges, that is paid by the drawer and later he will recover from the drawee. And second one is bill discounted by drawer, Mohan's account, again debit to bank account because here drawer is becomes responsible to the bank. And in the case of endorsement, debit drawee's account and credit endorsee's account. And bill sent to bank for collection, here again debit Mohan's account to bank account, that is noting charges. And to bill sent for collection, cancels the bill sent for collection account because Mohan fails to pay the amount on the due date. So finally in all four situations, when the bill is dishonored, the bill arrangement is cancelled. So Mohan again becomes debtor and Rohan again become creditor. That's it. This is what dishonor of a bill. So I hope this example is clear to you all. If you have any doubts in this problem, please leave a comment. Thank you.